that the candidates have written. So last Monday night, the candidates were in this very room, and they had an hour to write an essay. And in first to, do you guys remember the question by any chance?
What was your childhood dream?
Okay, actually, I have it written down back here. I just forgot to grab that piece of paper. Okay. All right. As I was saying, last week Monday, we were in this room, and they had an opportunity to write their essays. And so they came in, they had paper and a pen and a dictionary, and that was it. And they answered the question, tell us about your dreams when you were younger. How do they compare with your current plans for the future? And how can your dreams and plans benefit your community? And so they had time to jot some ideas down and then write the essay for us. And so that's what we're going to hear presented tonight. So as I was saying, this is the second step in the senior court coronation process. Last Saturday, we were privileged to see their talent. And tonight's the essay reading, and next Monday night will be your interviews. And then we will do the coronation at the T on Sunday, May 18th. So who's going to help us decide who is going to get coronated as the king or queen and the rest of the court are our panel of judges over here. I have the pleasure of introducing for the first time Joe Gong first. He was born in Miami, but has been in West Seattle now about 14 years, it looks like, from the bio that he sent me. And currently, he sits on the Seafair Commodores. He's been there since 2006 and has even been the commandment, Asian American Commandant, in 2010. And the many experiences he has had in supporting these types of programs. So he's not only been a judge for HiU, but other scholarship programs as well. So Joe also just took a new position as the West Seattle branch manager for Key Bank, right? So now you're so wholeheartedly in West Seattle.
Absolutely.
All right, and we're glad to have you. So Joe, thank you for being a judge today. And I got to introduce Dawn on Saturday, but I'm going to do it again tonight because we have new people here. Dawn's been in West Seattle since 1997, coming originally from Texas. She's worked in the airline industry and now works for Windermere. Right? She served on the board of directors for the Chamber of Commerce for 6 years, and she is active not only in the arts and other community adventures here in West Seattle, but she also is very active down on Alki. So you might see her running down on Alki, correct? Dawn, thank you very much for serving as a judge this year. And finally, Mark Swanson. Unlike our other two judges, Mark has been in West Seattle his entire life, and as a matter of fact, is a fourth generation of the Swanson family in West Seattle, so he's got a long history with us, and even recalls volunteering for the HiU parade when you were an Eagle Scout.
Exactly.
Okay, and so he's a graduate of West Seattle High School, a member of the West Seattle Lions Club, and the West Seattle Eagle as well. So he's the owner of Don Swanson Insurance, located right down the street in the Junction. For over 50 years, so we're very glad to have you be a judge this year as well. Thank you very much. All right, so our first presenter tonight, our candidates have not seen these essays. They've been in my protective envelope since last Monday. So our first presenter tonight is Hank. And it's right inside. All I have to do is open it, and there you go, and it presents.
Hi, my name is Hank Tao, and I'd like to start off thanking the judges, the audience, the court, and the junior court, or the candidates and the junior court for coming today. I'm proud to be sponsored by I always have a hard time pronouncing the names. Kiwanis? Yes. All right. So I'd like to start with kind of a little history of where I come from. So, as a low-income student, I grew up working on the dirts of Kent, where we rented 5 acres of plot. We raised flowers in our massive garden, working from when the sun rose to long after it was gone. I had turned 6 at that point, and my childhood goals were simple. I wanted to help my parents make money, and I wanted to receive an education. Education. At the time, that was my main goal, because my parents never had the opportunity. It felt like a dream, out of reach, and honestly, I hadn't the slightest clue of what it was and what I could achieve with it. I am now 18, and I am enrolling in the University of Seattle. My goals are still similar to those of my childhood. I want to help my parents make money, and I want to be educated. However, since then, I have fallen in love with two things: helping people and dancing. I have indeed learned a lot, but I still have a ways to go. I want to pursue a dancing career so that I may come back to my community one day and teach what I have learned, the love of art and dancing. I have discovered breakdancing during my middle school and high school years, where I attended many free events and local programs. It was here I came to life. Dancing sparked a fire inside that burned its way to the surface. I had to dance. From then on, I knew that it is here where I wanted to put my time and effort. Dancing is perfect for bringing a community together. Students of any age, ethnicity, gender, and sexual orientation, regardless of experience, can come together and learn this universal language. Dancing kept me and many of my friends involved in school. It keeps students engaged and teaches them the value of hard work, commitment, creativity, and builds social support within one another. I want to pursue a higher education to help make this dream become a reality, to keep this dream a reality, and to use it to support other dreams. Dancing is more than just an individual. It brings together a community and creates a family. Thank you.
Thank you, Hank. Oh, you just all good. All right. Thank you very much. All right. Our second presenter today is Lorelei McCatten.
Can I interject real quick? I'd like the junior court to introduce themselves, and that will give the judges a little bit of time to get their paperwork ready and introducing. So, Princess Sadie, would you like to stand up and give an introduction?
Hi, I'm Princess Sadie Portugues, and I go to Our Lady of Guadalupe School. I'm 12 years old, and I'm in 6th grade, and and in school, I like writing, and out of school, I like to play volleyball, and do piano, and and really like my cat.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Princess Callie McFadden, and I'm proud to represent West Seattle as a high and junior court princess. I go to Mount View Elementary School. I'm 11 years old, and I'm in 6th grade. My favorite thing to do in school is dance and writing, and out of school, I really enjoy doing ballet.
Hi, I'm Lorelei McFadden. I'm one of your senior court candidates. I'd like to start off by thanking the West Seattle Eagles for sponsoring me, and thanking the judges for being here, and my family and all the rest of you for being here. And open this. Okay. When I was a child, I had two dreams. Well, that's not really true. I probably had more around 30. And one of them was to be a superhero, or a witch. When I was little, I wanted to be many things, but mostly I wanted to help animals or be an artist. I wasn't really sure what kind of artist I was going to be, but I wanted to be someone who could change the world for the better, or change people's perspective or ideas with a single image. For generations, my family has raised animals. My ancestors were sheep farmers on the plains of Old Ireland, and my grandmother raised broilers, turkeys, and pigs. I grew up hearing stories of the good old days on the farm when you ate what you sowed. I have fond memories of waking up with the roosters crow and letting my hens out before school, of watching my father spray the garden hose and watching the chickens scatter. It was through these memories of sleeping cuddled up with my kittens that I realized that my lifelong passion has always been animals. I've always known I could never be a veterinarian. I've been a vegetarian for most of my life, and it breaks my heart to see animals in pain. But I knew somehow animals had to be a part of my life. Recently, I realized how this can be. I found a hidden passion of mine recently in genetic sciences and biology. Be it the bizarre coloring of baby chicks or the anomaly of my sister's brown hair. I never realized there was a science that dealt with this. and even a study and experimentation to yield different effects. But how does this relate to my dream? Easily. Quite recently, I began a project to breed my purebred Diacolos and silky chickens to yield better coloring, fiber, and standard. Little did I know I was already a participant to the exact science I had been interested in. The small step is what made me realize the final goal of my passion. I want to help both people and animals through genetic engineering. For example, a small number of people are born with a defect called Tay-Sachs disease. This disease causes buildup in the brain tissue, leading to loss of motor skills and eventual death. This disease can be treated with a virus injected with healthy human DNA. Through this process of genetic transplantation, it's a branch of biomedical engineering. These defects are not only common in people exclusively. Thousands of animals, cats, dogs, chickens, have been suffering from genetic deformities and health problems due to careless inbreeding. Great Danes are prone to heart failure and hip dysplasia. Persian cats are brachiocephalic and have trouble breathing. All of these issues can be cured with selective breeding through biomedical engineering. Similar cures can be applied to hundreds of diseases and defects. Thousands more are yet to be discovered. I don't know yet where this career or path will lead me. Perhaps I'll be a scientist, a genetic counselor, or some kind of doctor. But one thing is for sure, I will combine my passion for science and animals and use it to benefit the population. Perhaps I will continue to breed my chickens at home and improve the species as a whole. Maybe I'll develop a new breed of my own, or revive an ancient one. Somehow I'll be happy with my passions and I'll make the world a better place. Thank you.
Did you have another introduction or anything? Here. Take your time. I can serve cookies. Okay. All right. Our final presentation today is Nina Coluccio.
Hello, I'm Nina Coluccio. I'm proud to be sponsored by the West Seattle Rotary Club. I'm 19 years old and I want to thank everyone for being here. It means a lot to me. When I was younger, I had many dreams that you would expect a little girl to have, a princess or even a vet. But one thing I remember was most important to me, and still is making those around me happy. Of course, as I got older, my dreams changed from being a princess or a vet to an Olympic athlete as I got into springboard diving. I dove competitively for 6 years. 3 years ago, I was offered the position of assistant dive coach at my swim club. I couldn't have been more happy. I was able to do what I loved as well as share my knowledge with an outstanding group of kids. I had watched many of these kids grow up, and nothing made me more proud than watching them get up on that diving board with a smile that stretched from ear to ear. This really put things into perspective about what I wanted to do as I got older. I wanted to work with kids. Over the past few years, I have learned so much about where my dreams are headed. Right now, I'm a freshman in college and a full-time live-in nanny. I'm currently working towards getting my Associates of Art from South Seattle Community College. And within the next 2 years, I hope to be working on my bachelor's degree in psychology at Hawaii Pacific University. I plan on pursuing a career in child psychology. By going to Hawaii, not only will I have been able to benefit my West Seattle community, but I will also be able to benefit communities in a different state. I try my best to be the best role model I can. I strongly believe that having a good role model is one of the best things for a younger child. Someone they can look up to and aspire to be like. I strive to be one of those people. I also think that parents of younger kids like having a role model that they can trust will represent and bring out the best in the community, as well as create a strong and lasting bond between those in the community and even those